A floor is the first thing people see when they walk into your school or university. To keep floors looking their best, you need an effective hard floor care program. The Buckeye Honors Hard Floor Care Program has 3 components: routine, interim, and restorative maintenance. Hard floors, especially vinyl tile floors, are the most common floor types. Over time, floors are exposed to a lot of daily traffic, which wears down the floor surface. Floors need protection. Floor finishes provide that protection from highly abrasive soils while also providing an attractive high gloss shine. Floor finish has another advantage: slip resistance. Buckeye floor finishes provide superior gloss. High gloss on a floor may appear to be slippery, but it's the exact opposite. Buckeye floor finishes are formulated with slip resistance. A few full coats of Buckeye floor finish will help prevent slip and fall accidents.
Daily dust mopping and damp mopping with a Buckeye floor cleaner will keep dirt and debris from getting embedded in your floor finish. This is key to a long-lasting floor finish. Burnishing instantly buffs out scratches and scuff marks to keep the finish looking new. Over time, floor traffic and abrasives will cause the top layer of finish to no longer offer the appearance, protection, and slip resistance of a newly finished floor. For example, when embedded dirt starts to affect your top coat of floor finish, interim top scrubbing and recoating remove and replace that top layer, making it unnecessary to do a full strip out. However, when all of the protective floor finish layers need to be replaced, floors need to be completely stripped. While some floor finishes need to be stripped every year, using Buckeye floor finishes and following Buckeye's recommended procedures, you can expect to extend your strip cycles up to 3 years. When it is time to strip floors, Buckeye floor finishes are designed to be easily stripped. However, stripping floors is still a labor-intensive process. That's why it's important to follow the Buckeye Honors Hard Floor Care program to achieve the best and most efficient results. The next part of the Buckeye Honors Hard Floor Care program is restorative hard floor maintenance. The procedures include stripping and finishing your floors. As you follow the Buckeye Honors Hard Floor Care program and use Buckeye Floor Care products, you should find that your floors are holding up much longer and you are stripping floors far less frequently. However, over an extended period of time, dirt can become deeply embedded into the floor finish. Layers of floor finish can build up around edges, and traffic lane wear patterns can develop. How do you know when it's time to strip a floor? Eventually, you will start to notice that you're not getting the most gloss when you burnish or buff your floor. You may also notice that your floor is shiny, but it may still look dirty. When top scrubbing and recoating do not produce the desired appearance, it's time to strip your floor. When you first implement the Honors program, a full floor strip out is recommended to ensure maximum protection and appearance. Buckeye floor strippers are butyl-free, safer, and more effective than other floor strippers with no harsh odors. To strip the floor, you'll need the following equipment: an automatic scrubber or low-speed floor machine, a wet vac, stripping pads or equivalent brush, 3 clean cotton mops, 1 for stripping, 2 for rinsing, 3 mop buckets, 2 wringers, wet floor signs, a dust mop, dustpan and brush, a putty knife, clean towels and tape, waterproof stripping shoes, a Buckeye floor stripper, and Buckeye baseboard stripping gel. First, prepare the area. Remove furniture and equipment. Remove all adhesive and gum with a putty knife. Dust mop the floor. Pick up dust and debris with a dustpan, and dispose in a lined trash container. Then place wet floor signs and block doorways with clean towels and tape to keep stripping solution from running into unwanted areas. Also, place a clean towel at workspace entrances and exits so you can wipe off your shoes before walking onto areas that are not being stripped. Properly dilute the Buckeye floor stripper into a clean mop bucket filled with cold water. Then fill a second mop bucket with clean water for rinsing. If you have any finish buildup on baseboards, in corners, or hard-to-reach areas, such as door stops, you may need to use a Buckeye baseboard stripping gel prior to stripping your floor. Apply baseboard stripping gel as needed, and be careful not to spray on painted surfaces. Let it dwell while you apply a floor stripper to the first section of floor. Submerge the mop in the Buckeye floor stripper solution, and without wringing the mop, apply using the flooding technique. Let the Buckeye floor stripper dwell 10 minutes, being careful not to allow the solution to dry on the floor. If it does dry, apply more solution to maintain a wet surface. Large areas need to be stripped in stages to make the job more manageable. Now that the Buckeye baseboard stripping gel has had time to dwell, use the doodle bug with a stripping pad to scrub the floor edges, corners, and baseboards to remove old floor finish buildup. You may also use a 4-inch wide razor scraper to effectively remove floor finish buildup. If you're using an automatic scrubber, follow the double pass procedure demonstrated earlier. On the first pass, slowly walk and scrub with the squeegee up and vacuum off. On the second pass, scrub with the squeegee down and the vacuum on. Be sure to use black stripping pads. Add water as needed to keep the solution from getting thick or pasty. Never put the stripper solution in the solution tank. If you're using a low-speed floor machine, do 2 passes. Work in one direction using overlapping strokes and then work back in the opposite direction. This ensures complete coverage. If any stripper slurry should spray onto a wall, wipe it off with a clean mop before it dries. Pick up the stripping solution with an automatic scrubber, wet vac, or a cotton mop. For easier pickup, use a small squeegee to pull stripper slurry away from the walls. Immediately after pickup, flood rinse the floor with your bucket of clean water and a clean cotton mop. Pick up the rinse water with an automatic scrubber, wet vac, or cotton mop. After the flood rinse, use a clean mop with a clean mop bucket filled with hot water to speed up the drying process. Again, for easier pickup, use a small squeegee to pull water away from walls. After the floor has air dried, run your hand across it to check for stripper residue, old floor finish, or alkaline residue. If you find powder or stripper residue, rinse the floor again with clean water. If you find shiny patches of old floor finish, follow the stripping procedures for the affected area, rinse, and test again. When the floor is clear of residue and old floor finish, clean and return the equipment to its proper place. Once you've top scrubbed or stripped your floor, you're ready to apply a Buckeye floor finish. Depending on the type of buffing equipment you have and the area you're finishing, Buckeye offers several different floor finishes for your specific needs. Here are the supplies you need to finish floors. You'll need a rayon or microfiber floor finish mop. Do not use cotton mops. They contain cottonseed oil that may interfere with the floor finish. You'll also need a clean mop bucket, a wringer, and wet floor signs. Also, have clean towels on hand to clean up accidental splashes. You may want to line your mop bucket with a trash liner to prevent contamination and for easy cleanup. However, do not use colored liners because the floor finish could cause the color to bleed from the bag. Here's a floor finish application schedule to follow after stripping floors. If you're following a high-speed program, you will apply 4 coats of Buckeye floor finish in high visibility areas on the first day. On the second day, you will apply the remaining 3 coats. Applying a full 7 coats of Buckeye floor finish will extend your strip cycles up to 3 years. Before applying floor finish, soak your new mop in a clean mop bucket filled with clean water to remove any lint that may interfere with the floor finish. Next, place wet floor signs in appropriate areas. Line your mop bucket with a plastic trash can liner and then pour in the floor finish. Steadily pour the floor finish over the mop to help prevent splashing and air bubble formation. The floor has already been top scrubbed or stripped. However, if there has been any traffic on the floor, dust mop with an untreated mop head. Remove the mop from the bucket and place it into the wringer. Do not wring the mop. Simply press down on the mop to squeeze out some of the excess floor finish. You want a fully loaded mop, but not an oversaturated mop. You'll know it's full when you take the mop out of the wringer and only a few drops are dripping from the mop. Start by outlining your designated section and then fill it in using the figure 8 technique. Then flip the mop over and apply the remainder of the floor finish. Reload the finish mop before it starts to drag. When recoating after stripping the floor, the first and last coats are applied wall to wall. The other coats must be applied 6 inches from the wall. See the Honors Manual for a more detailed explanation of these procedures. One coat of floor finish normally dries within 30 to 40 minutes depending on temperature, humidity, and ventilation. Check the floor for dryness with the back of your hand. If it feels tacky, wait another 10 minutes and check it again. Wrap the floor finish mop in a plastic bag between coats to prevent the floor finish from drying on the mop. Once the floor is completely dry, you can apply the next coat. It's always best to keep traffic off the floor until after the final coat is dry. However, if the floor has been exposed to traffic between coats, dust mop the floor with an untreated mop, damp mop with a Buckeye floor cleaner, and let the floor dry before applying the next coat. In high humidity conditions, wait several hours or overnight before putting furniture and equipment back in place. Always wait 48 hours after applying the last coat to burnish or buff the floor. If your floors are at risk of exposure to damaging spills, or the floor is extremely porous, you may choose to use a Buckeye floor sealer. Apply one coat of Buckeye floor sealer just as you would apply floor finish using the figure 8 technique. A Buckeye floor sealer will not only protect your floor from spills, it will also help protect a worn floor from further damage. Most stone floors or 9 by 9 inch tile should be coated with a Buckeye floor sealer. Also, use a Buckeye floor sealer on damaged 12 by 12 inch tile to protect it from further damage.
Restorative floor maintenance, including stripping and finishing floors, removes the old, worn floor finish and replaces it with new floor finish to protect floors from abrasives and provide a superior shine. Remember, the floor is the first thing people see when they walk into your school or university. Leave them with a lasting impression. Thank you for watching.